Hey guys, today I'll be showing you how to change the cracked screen on an Amazon Fire HD tablet. Stick around.
I will remember you. Will you remember me?
Okay guys, the first thing you're going to want to do is go into your settings and go to device options and find your device model. So this tablet here is a Fire HD 8. This is the 6th generation. If you can't see your screen, you can also look on the back plate, I guess. And down here it'll say model and then I guess a 6-digit model number. So for instance, this tablet is the PR53DC model. Once you know you have the same tablet, you want to go ahead and hold the power button down to power it down. Hit OK to power off. Okay, once you get the tablet powered off, you want to take your two plastic pry tools. Start on one edge of the tablet, preferably the longer edge, with your hook down, facing the outside, facing the plastic part. You want to pry away from the screen first to disconnect the plastic tabs in there first. So I'll start here, get it inside there. It doesn't take much effort to start it inside the plastic, and just kind of work your way around. And you can see the gap is staying, is holding. Then what you want to do is take both of your pry tools and this time face the hooks towards the screen. So start one on one side, in between the plastic and the screen housing. Take your second one, slide them towards the corner, and lift up. And that'll allow you to lift the corner up and get it out of the plastic housing. Now you should be able to take the back cover off and set it to the side. Okay, before touching the electrical components inside your tablet, be sure you ground yourself by touching a metal enclosure on something electrical. So for instance, your computer case is grounded, or having a ground strap attached to your wrist. You don't want to discharge any static buildup into the motherboard and chance tearing anything up. So the first thing we can do is take the yellow tape off of the battery connector. It is located at the top. Take your plastic pry tool and just slide it underneath and pry it up. After that, we want to disconnect our digitizer ribbon cable, which is located here. It is one ribbon cable here with the yellow sticker over it to protect the cable. Now there's this ribbon connector is a clamp down style, so there's the black piece right here actually folds up, so you can get your plastic pry tool underneath it and just pick straight up. That'll allow you to pull out on the ribbon cable. Now there is see here that I'm getting underneath it, it's a little pull tab. So if you take your plastic pry tool, put it underneath it, and then kind of push your finger against it, you can pull straight back. Then you want to pry up on that. Has a little bit of adhesive on it under there. Yours may be really sticky. Mine is just around the edges. For some reason it wasn't sticking that hard. And that's it. Once you have the cables disconnected on the back side, the battery and the screen, you want to flip it back over onto this back side. Take your heat gun and cut it on low heat and just go around the edge. This will help to loosen up the adhesive behind the screen, which is only around the edge. Don't hold it in one place too long because you don't want to damage anything. You can try and start in one corner and get it started and then work your way around. Seems to work pretty good, so that's what we'll do here. Once I've heated it up, I'm going to stick my pry tool between the glass and the plastic bezel. Here's one thing that you can try, especially if you have a lot of loose glass, is take some painter's tape. I'm going to try it. Just be careful not to put it over the part you'll be heating, but in the middle you can put it and it'll help hold all the glass shards in there. As you pry up on the glass, try to slide your tool back and forth and try to work it around. You may need to use your second one to hold a spot up as you're working your way around too. If you need a little more heat, go ahead and heat it back up. The glass is still wanting to crack, and it's going to do that. The only thing you can do really is, you don't want to tape over that obviously, because that's where you need the heat to go to, and then you may chance of melting the tape or something else. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it, but as you can see, it's maybe not really. You can see the blue tape under there though. I'm trying to slide this in from the back side, because if you can see the crack right there on the I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, see it's cracking there as I'm pulling this around. So I want to try and push this from the back side, and maybe I can pick all that up before it fractures. And there you go. And keep doing the same thing all the way until I get to that solid piece over the camera. Kind of want to be careful. You don't want to use anything metal, because there are some components that you could damage. You want to be careful with the amount of heat that you put on here, because as you can see, this corner, and this edge here, once that's plastic, so once it gets hot, it can get damaged. So just want to be careful. We can try and straighten it out. Like I said, be careful. Your LCD screen is underneath it. You don't want to damage that. Or else it'll be more expensive to replace, or just buy you a new tablet. Okay, so your ribbon cable is at the bottom. Once you have all the adhesive loose, you want to just let that fold down and pull it straight out just like that. So my LCD panel's clean. Here's my cracked glass. And I want to try and repurpose this adhesive because you don't get the same stuff when you buy it online. One thing I noticed is there is a foam. Let's see if I can show this. See this foam, I guess outer, I don't know, outer collar. I'm assuming that's to keep all your light from your LCD panel showing out, not shining into the housing. Let's see if we can get that off and transfer that over. I don't know if we can or not, but we'll try. Okay, so you can't pick it off, it just keeps tearing. Let's see if we can scrape it, get underneath it. Okay, it's still sticky on the back side, so we may be able to move it over to the new screen. Just don't let it stick to itself or get tangled up. And we'll transfer that over to the other one, the top side. They have it right on the edge. Just be careful not to go into the clear part of your screen, because then it'll be showing from the outside of your tablet. You don't want that. So the foam wants to tear off pretty easily from that adhesive backing. You want to make sure you dig down in real good to get the adhesive off of the glass so you can transfer it over. Now flip it over and look and see if you see any foam sticking through, and I don't. So I think that'll be pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's better than not having it. What I'm going to do is start at one edge, one corner I guess, and come across the bottom. Move my ribbon cable out of the way. Ribbon cable. Once I get to the other edge, I just cut it off. Got 2mm wide tape on this for this job because I knew I'd have to be going around some tight areas, especially on the bottom side of this ribbon cable. You're not going to get much wider tape through there, so let's clean the rest of the residue around the LCD screen. Oh yeah, before taking your old screen off, when you disconnect your battery here, and you want to take your new digitizer glass panel. This is how it would normally install. This would slide through that slot, and this would fold over, but just lay it upside down to where you can set your ribbon cable in place. Get it plugged in properly, close it, reconnect your battery, cut it on. You won't see anything on this screen. You'll only see images on your LCD panel. But so if you have a lock screen, you would touch this and it would correspond over here. So that way you know before you do all this that your new panel is working. For cleaning, I'm going to take some glass cleaner, Windex, or the Walmart brand glass cleaner. Take a small piece of paper towel. You don't need too much, it's a small panel, so dab it a little bit. This will help get most of the fingerprints and marks off of the screen. Then you want to let it dry and take a lint-free cloth. Oh crap. Now I'm going to take my cleaning rag and clean the inside of my glass. Give that a good wipe down. And then it'll be time to mate the two together. Line the ribbon cable up to go through. Set the screen down in the bottom corner. Make sure your plastic tab to peel off at the top is not underneath the screen. And then go around and press it all the way around. Give it a good press. Make sure you don't want it to come off. So, alright, now that that's on, we'll take our ribbon cable. Let's see if we can see that. See if I can get a good angle of this. You want to slide that in to where it goes all the way in. And you see these ears? Let me point to it with my tweezers. There's two small ears, one on each side of this ribbon cable. There's some notches in the connector where you want that to slide into and hook. I don't know if you can see, that might be blurry. So you want to line those two tabs up into the notches of the connector. There's two metal prongs sticking out. Once you have it in, lined up, take your fingernail or pry tool and close down the plastic connector. Then you want to reconnect your battery cable. Make sure it's pushed down all the way. Before putting our back cover on, I'm going to hold the battery side. Press the power button in. Once the tablet's on, you want to touch it, test it out. Make sure everything's working. Press and hold an icon down and move it around. Make sure it moves everywhere your finger moves. Make sure there's no dead spots. Everything seems to be going pretty good on this one. Yep. Drag down the notification center. Slide left, slide right. And only thing left to do is take our yellow stickers. You can, if you want to, remove the battery again, pull the plastic and cover off the back side of this so you can stick that down. I'm not going to worry about it, it's not necessary, but I am going to cover the connector back up on both of these. Then take my back cover, snap it back in place all the way around. And now I've got a tablet without a crack screen.
Remember all the good times that we had. I let them slip away from us when things got bad.